No matter where you live across the country, imagine if they drove through your town, how you'd feel. Confirmation of the fresh case has left towns along the east coast fearing a fresh outbreak. One of those centres is Moree in New South Wales, and I'm pleased to say Mayor Katrina Humphries is joining us live right now. Mayor, good morning to you. When you found out yesterday, bearing in mind this is Breakfast TV, tell us what you thought.
Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me it's Breakfast TV, Carl, because I couldn't say what I thought yesterday and what everybody else thought. This is disgraceful. This is absolutely what we've feared for 16 months, that you get irresponsible people thinking that they can write their own rule book, and they come through communities. We're not resourced like the cities are. We don't have instant pop-up testing zones and things like that. We've got to set them all up. We've got to bring in people from away. They've got to actually physically get here. So it's an absolute dog's breakfast, and we're so angry.
OK, I understand your frustration and anger this morning, and it's not just you. I'm sure it's other communities too where they drove through. There are, what, 4 exposure sites in your area. How is this going to affect things, and how are people feeling on the streets?
Oh, look, people are really, really nervous. They're very apprehensive. But Moree, we're a tough community. We've just come through floods. And we're very, very proactive, and I know that our community will be out there in force being tested, and bearing in mind that we can't just send off an esky full of tests every hour. They have to get to Sydney, so the results, it will take time for the results to come through, but I know that our community will be amazing. They always are. They'll be patient, they'll deal with it. We don't have to like it, but we do have to deal with it. But these people should have to deal with it too, because you can't put a price on the stress and the grief that this is causing people, but you can put a price on the fiscal evidence that will come through. This will cost towns along the Newell Highway, I believe, millions of dollars, because 2 people chose to write their own rules.
What should happen to them?
I think they should have to pay. I think there should be perhaps even a class action, a civil class action, and send a big message out there to people, other people that might think that they can do the same thing. This has got to stop. And it's got to stop here, and it's got to stop now. And the only way to really affect people, I believe, is if we can't lock them up, then hit their pocket.
I can't argue with you this morning. I think you're 100% right. In the meantime, though, while authorities in Queensland, New South Wales and Melbourne decide on what action they'll take, you've got to deal with this emergency, as you just mentioned. And do you have enough testing? And how long are we talking here to get results?
Well, you know, it'll be 48 hours for people to get the results, I believe. There's a limited number of quick tests which have to be given. The priority is for the people that have to do the tests. We've been having a reasonable COVID vaccination rollout. I believe they're going to get some extra health people to help with a bigger rollout of the vaccine, but, you know, that's shutting the gate well and truly after the horse has bolted. So we have to deal with this. And look, we will deal with it, as I said, but it's very, very frustrating. Yeah. And this is coming into the long weekend.
Yeah,
and so much business to go on, and
Mayor,
travellers and family coming. All that has to be stopped.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to try and get as much of you as I can. Yeah. You also, once you get a test, obviously you have to go into lockdown. You know, and so therefore there's going to be chunks of your community who aren't going to be able to do anything until those results are known. How are you going with vaccines?
That's right. We've got vaccines. I think there's more coming. I think there's an emergency load coming. Our local member Adam's been talking to Minister Hazzard, and they're doing everything humanly possible. Okay. But there's a time frame around physically getting it here, and that's the price we pay for being in the bush. And this is why we're very, very keen to look after ourselves. And we've done all the assessments for the site. We've got a site set up there. It's underway at the moment, being set up, and it'll open at 9 when we've got the resources there, human resources to run it.
Okay.
And we will manage this, but we won't like it, and we will complain bitterly. And those people that have inflicted this upon us, and not just us, Narendra, Forbes, Dubbo and into Queensland, should hang their heads in shame.
Good on you, Mayor. Really good to talk to you, talking it straight the way it is this morning. Appreciate it, and good luck in the coming days to everyone out there.
It's all we can do.
OK, thank you. Ali.
Yep.